Hello and welcome everybody to the latest episode of N1 from the End Zone with your favorite host, King N.P.V. And today we are actually going to be reacting and giving you my thoughts on Monday Night Football, the Chicago Bears versus the Washington Commanders and the Buffalo Bills versus the Atlanta Falcons. And we're actually going to start off with the most unlikely of scenarios. Jake Moody, ladies and gentlemen, Jake Moody himself coming up clutch for the Chicago Bears with the Cairo Santos being injured in the final seconds of the game and doing something that he rarely did for my San Francisco 49ers, and that is kicking a game-winning field goal. Let's actually take a look at this right now. Let's do this.
Snap a bit high. Kick is good. And the Bears win it. Jake Moody, a hero tonight. Secure the snap, that wet ball. And now the snap on the field goal try a bit high. The good place by Torrey Taylor, and Jake Moody knocks it through from 38 yards.
Good for Jake Moody, because Jesus Christ, in his career with the San Francisco 49ers, I think he's only hit about 3 or 4 game winners out of a potential like 10. I'm kidding. Maybe he's only hit like 1 or 2 out of a potential 8. But yeah, Jake, congratulations, you have saved your NFL career. Like I said, I didn't think you were a bad human being. I just thought you were a bad kicker. And right now, getting a second opportunity, a fresh start with the Chicago Bears seems to have been what you needed. You seem like you have your confidence back. You got your swagger back. That kick felt like you alleviated 1,000,000 pounds off of the back of off your back, because with the reputation you were getting in San Francisco, with the things that you were going through, yeah, buddy, it wasn't looking too bright for your NFL career, and I thought that you were on your way out. Caleb Williams, 17 out of 29 for with 1 touchdown. Yes, he had 252 passing yards. He made some nice throws down the field, but that looked really well. The issue is he's still making mistakes or extending the plays a little bit too long, where he's putting himself at risk unnecessarily. There was literally a play right before halftime where he extended it a little bit too long. He didn't see anybody down the field. He took a sack. He stayed in bounds. He took a hard crack. He could have just slid inbounds, even if he was going to use the yardage and just had the clock running. He took an unnecessary hit. I didn't like that. They cracked him really hard. Jaden Daniels, even though they didn't win and he only threw for 211 yards, he still completed 19 passes out of 26 attempts for 3 touchdowns. He threw 1 really bad pick, but their offensive line, I think, needs to protect him a little bit more and do a better job with the run game. Their run game was not there today. Chicago, with the defense that they have and the pieces around, just the pieces that they have from last year with Eberflus, those players are still there. Their defense shouldn't have been as bad as it was early on, and under the new defensive system, and now after their bye week, they seem like they're meshing really well together, and they were able to limit what Jaden Daniels could do, thus leading to the Chicago Bears being able to beat the Washington Commanders 25-24. Well, this is honestly one of Caleb's best games of his young career. He needed this game too, especially with all the praise Jaden Daniels was getting last year going into the NFC Championship game, having a stellar rookie year compared to Caleb, who was struggling with Eberflus. Now Caleb has an offensive-minded head coach, a potentially great head coach in Ben Johnson, who is coaching, who's actually coaching around him, right? Who's putting him in a position to win. Caleb just has to execute. And even with some of the lack of decision-making that Caleb has, Ben Johnson has done a great job being able to mitigate those issues. Being able to rely on DeAndre Swift for 108 yards on only 14 carries. DeAndre Swift hopefully gets a little bit more runway. I thought their offensive line last year wasn't as bad as it was made out to be. I thought just Caleb was holding on to the ball too much. This year, I think their offensive line isn't as bad as people make it out to seem. I think Caleb is still, again, holding on to the ball too much. And if they can offset that with a run game, Caleb will be fine to develop. Jaden Daniels, I thought Dan Quinn was going to be able to confuse Caleb, but Ben Johnson just seemed to be able to outcoach Dan Quinn in that defense today, and it wasn't enough. Debo and Scary Terry McLaurin were basically silent this entire game, and Jaden just couldn't muster out what he needed to at the end to put the nail in the coffin, leading to Caleb Williams' game-winning drive that ultimately led to a Jake Moody redemption game-winning field goal. Which, again, shout out to Jake Moody, because I thought his NFL career was over with how poorly he was performing with the Niners, how his confidence was at an all-time low. Even going into the season after the Niners basically reassured him that he was going to be the guy, he just didn't have it. And now that he went to Chicago with the Cairo Santos being out, he hit that game winner and he looks very confident. It was one of the best balls he's hit all year, in my honest opinion. So, I don't know. Moving on to a game that I didn't see coming or happening in the way that it happened. How do the Buffalo Bills lose to the Atlanta Falcons 14-20? They didn't score a point. Oh, no, they scored one touchdown, I think, in the second half. I'm sorry. I thought they only scored their points in the first half. No, they scored one touchdown in the second half. Basically, I think it was their opening drive in the second half. They had another couple of opportunities to drive and score a couple of more touchdowns, but Josh Allen in crucial moments of the game made poor decisions. Got through 2 interceptions, took unnecessary sacks at times, and the run game just wasn't there. Jared Cook just was not cooking today. He had 17 carries for 87 yards. Raheem Morris, what he's doing with that Atlanta team, especially that Atlanta defense, shout out to him, because they were able to neutralize the reigning MVP, who I thought this year was still having an MVP caliber season, but in back-to-back weeks against the Patriots and now the Atlanta Falcons, the Buffalo Bills have been struggling, and now their offense is struggling. Their defense didn't play that bad, I didn't think. They only allowed them to score 3 points in the entire second half after allowing them to put up 21 in the first 2 quarters. They shut him out the second half. Josh couldn't do anything. Their offense couldn't do anything. I don't know what happened with Josh Allen. He's kind of regressed a little bit the last couple of weeks if you look at his play. He started off really hot, but against Drake May and the New England Patriots, stalled a little bit in a close nail-biter, and then to lose to the Atlanta Falcons, who are, in my eyes, still technically rebuilding even with Michael Penix out there, it just shocks me. It really does shock me. I had Buffalo favored. I thought that, again, I was right on the point spread when it comes to the point total. I said it was going to be an under, but I thought it was going to be under, and Buffalo was going to do what Atlanta ultimately did. Michael Penix went out there and balled out, threw for 250 yards, 20 completions on 32 attempts for a touchdown. Bijan Robinson, guys, 170 yards on 19 carries and 1 touchdown. Dude was running rough shots against that Buffalo Bills defense. They couldn't stop the run at all. Kyle Pitts looking a little bit more like the Kyle Pitts we thought he was going to ultimately look like when he was drafted, but I think there's still room for development there. But yeah, no, the Buffalo needs receivers. Buffalo at this point, it's Josh Allen and James Cook. Not James Cook. No, it is James Cook. Josh Allen and James Cook. Is it James Cook or Jared Cook? Dalvin Cook, Jared Cook. No, James Cook. It is James Cook. No, it's Josh Allen and James Cook the third. And then I don't see any real like elite caliber receivers with the Bills right now. But Josh has not been able to help develop a receiver at the same caliber that Stephon Diggs was able to develop when he was there a couple of years ago with the Buffalo Bills. So that's just astonishing to me. Is the Buffalo Bills Super Bowl window closed? I don't think so. I think the Bills can still steer the ship the right way and ultimately win their division and finish it as one of the top 2 seeds in the conference. However, I still think they're missing pieces on the offensive side of the ball, and definitely with their defense now that it's getting older. Matt Milano seems to be dealing with something. Joey Bosa hasn't necessarily been the Joey Bosa we all thought he was going to be when he joined the Buffalo Bills. So there's room for improvement, definitely. Atlanta, they're contending for that NFC South division. They're only a game behind the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and if my Niners would have been able to pull that off yesterday, they would have been tied for first place in the South. But hey, Atlanta with Michael Penix, maybe Raheem Morris can pull that off. We'll see. That division is going to be a tough one. The Carolina Panthers, guys, they're also alive in that division at 3-3, and I'm surprised too. So the NFC South, the way that it's panning out, it's going to be one of the closest divisions. You got Tampa, you got Atlanta, you got the Panthers. Sadly, the Saints, they ain't doing it. If they could just give Spencer Rattler a run game, a little bit more of a run support. Alvin Kamara just doesn't have it anymore. They might even be alive in it as well, because I think Spencer Rattler's having a decent season. But yeah, with that being said, guys, that's my thoughts on Monday Night Football. I'm surprised the Bears were able to beat the Commanders. I was off on that one. I think I said it was going to be an over on the 49.5. It was literally at 49. It was literally at 49. We just needed a point. I thought the Commanders were actually going. I thought Dan Quinn was going to be able to put up 30 on that Bears defense, but hey, the Bears defense did an outstanding job limiting Jaden Daniels and that offense on what they were able to do, and Caleb Williams, even though there are still cause for concerns with some of the decisions he makes when he's playing, was able to execute in the final 2 minutes, put him in a position to hit a game-winning field goal. And Jake Moody, out of all the kickers, being the one to get his redemption, hit that game winner, get his confidence back, was astonishing to me. So a lot of things working against the Bears, and they were able to come out on top against the Washington Commanders, who are now 3-3. And the Bears, after their bye week, have a winning record at 3-2 and are very alive in the NFC North for that division. Same with the Commanders, who are still alive in the NFC East for their division against the Philadelphia Eagles with the 1-game lead. Buffalo, I think they're tied right now with New England. Oh, actually, no. I think New England right now is the number 1 team in the AFC East after Buffalo's loss today, if I'm not mistaken. And that's, I think, the first time since Brady's been there in, like, what is it, 5 years, 6 years. This is the first time in 6 years New England, I think in week 6, is leading the division. I don't think they ever led the division with Mac Jones being there. And after beating the Bills last week and then Bills again losing this week, New England is first in the AFC East. Atlanta is a game behind in the NFC South. And guys, right now, a lot of teams are still alive. There's a lot of hope. And this season is going to be crazy. With that being said, guys, I really appreciate y'all for being here. Always remember, desire is power. If you desire to be great, you have the power to be great. Thank you for watching this latest episode, this latest brief episode, Monday Night Football reaction of N1 from the End Zone with your favorite host, King N.P.V. Please go check out Shady Mob Podcast with your two favorite Pod Mob stars, Alex and Man Angelov, and again, your boy, myself, King N.P.V. Go check out Port City Uncensored with hosted by J-Man Jack, with an ensemble cast that includes Alex the Man Angelov, which includes your boy, King N.P.V., which includes the mystery voice of Scotty, and many, many others talking about national politics, local politics out here in Stockton, and many other things as well. Go check out A&A Radio for finance and accounting tips with Alex the Man Angelov, where he just gives you tips, has a good time doing it, and just really hopes to inspire you to save money. And also go check out Smacks_TTV for all your gaming needs. Guys, I love you all. I appreciate you all. I will see y'all's next time.
Guys, have you heard? Nelson, tell the people.
Shady Mob Productions is an official affiliate of HBO Max. Click on the link in the description and sign up so you can watch hit series like Hard Knocks, Game of Thrones, and House of Dragons.
Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you can be notified when the latest content drops.
Hey guys, Smacks here. If you guys like gaming, swing over to Twitch, Smacks_TTV, live most nights. Stop by, say hi, drop a follow.
Port City Uncensored. Real talk, real people, minus the trolls. Join us Thursdays at 8 on YouTube, X, and Facebook. From the streets to City Hall, you never know who'll show up or what they'll say next. Welcome to the party, pal. Oh, and pack a lunch.
Guys, join me, Alex the Man Angelov, and check out A&A Radio, where we're going to be talking about the latest and greatest financial news, investments, banking, and personal finance. Check out the channel and don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you can be notified when the latest content drops.
If you're in the San Francisco Bay Area and want the best cut of your life, go check out Headspins Barbershop, located in South San Francisco, the official barbershop of N1 from the End Zone.
Hey guys, I'm here in Stockton today, and I'm with Donna. We're at this beautiful house in North Stockton, and some lucky buyer is going to be walking away with it. Imagine having a brand new place to live. Donna, somebody's looking for a house. What do they got to do?
Give me a call, and we will get you pre-qualified, look for you a home, and then do the process of closing.
All right, and to get this ball rolling, I know they got to talk to you. How do we get hold of you?
At 209-301-5193 or at dgaines@pmc.com.
Guys, you're watching a Shady Mob production. Make sure to follow the Shady Mob Podcast, where we break down all the latest content and talk about life. Please make sure to share, like, comment, and subscribe so you can be notified when the latest content drops. You're watching the latest episode of N1 from the End Zone. Please click on that subscribe button so you can be notified when the latest content drops. Now, let's kick it.